which is why we must prepare now for a financial collapse that will affect the entire economy. The good news is there's an easy way to do that. Hi, I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe everyone should consider a gold IRA from Birch Gold Group to defer. Don't wait until decades of government irresponsibility comes crashing down on your retirement. Get your free info kit on gold IRAs from the Birch Gold Group now. Text PREPARE to the number 989898. That's PREPARE to 989898.
Secretary of State Blinken will likely be making what is his final trip in office to the UN this week.
With the UN Security Council more divided than ever, Blinken will chair two meetings of the UN's most powerful body Thursday, but neither will focus on Russia's war with Ukraine or the Middle East, where the U.S. has been frequently at odds with permanent members China and Russia, and almost always in the minority when it comes to Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza. Blinken will instead lead Security Council sessions on artificial intelligence and the current conflict in Sudan, which aid agencies say has sparked a dire humanitarian crisis that has not received the attention it is due. Bernie Bennett reporting.
Your filings in a 2022 class action lawsuit.
Yeah, actually it was off today. I just got a haircut. I'm gonna stop at Dairy Queen here, and then I'm going to head out to Green Springs. I gotta do some work out there. Oh.
Possibly donate large sums of money. Breaking news at townhall.com.
Do you have a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more that you don't need? Well, don't lapse or surrender your policy. You might be sitting on a gold mine. That's right. You may be able to sell all or part of your life insurance policy to Coventry for cash, or a combination of cash and coverage with no future premiums, even a term policy. Call
Flamethrower
at 800-465-7600 or visit CoventryDirect.com to find out if you're sitting on a gold mine. That's 800-465-7600. For over 25 years, we've helped thousands of people sell their policies, and we can probably help you too. Call us today at 800-465-7600 or visit CoventryDirect.com to find out if you're sitting on a gold mine.
Thank you for stopping at Dairy Queen. What can I get started for you today?
Yeah, can I get some chicken strips and fries?
4 or 6?
Yeah, 4 is good. With the country gravy.
Would you like to add a beverage?
Large Coke.
Okay.
That'll be it.
$10.91 at the window.
Yeah, a little bit. Lower the mirrors. Raise. No raise.
Hi, 1091.
Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Norm, it's
Yes.
Sabrina. You have a minute for me?
Sure.
Hey, I just got a call from Patty from HR from Electra Prime, and she's telling me that there's 2 Haitians that showed up at her office. Was told to go somewhere at 2:00. Did you or Alicia maybe had somebody scheduled that's supposed to come there and they show way up out there maybe?
I didn't have anything scheduled today. I was off today.
Okay, so it wouldn't be you.
Yeah.
Okay, I wonder if I'm okay.
Might be Alicia.
Okay, I'm gonna reach out.
Yeah, she wouldn't have had them go out there, but I'm sure they.
Yeah, because they done went out to Patty and HR at the Electra Prime's office, whoever these people are, and they're telling the lady there that they had a 2:00 appointment to meet with someone there, and this is my first here. You know what I mean?
Right.
hearing of this one. So, okay, I'm going to reach out to Alicia and see if she knows anything.
All right.
Sorry to bug you. Enjoy the rest of your time. And I'm out of the office today in case you try to reach me, but Holly's going to be around, okay?
Okay.
All right, sir. Take care. I'll talk to you again next week.
I'll be back tomorrow. No, I'll be back tomorrow.
Oh, okay. No, thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.
She's lucky I didn't ignore her.
Great day off. He deserves it. As many of you know, I am a Fox News contributor as well. I host a daily show on X. Yes, rumor, scandal, or truth. You decide. And a weekly podcast.
Blizzard, eh.
Gosh, I'm busy.
I love their chicken fingers with that country gravy and toast. Should ask for an extra one though, because their country gravy cups are tiny now. Oh, Sabrina's really nice. Yeah, I work with her. She works at one of our other offices. Oh, Jesus. All right.
interference case against President Donald Trump. It was a shocking 2-1 ruling. The 3-judge panel from the 2nd Division of the Peach State's Appellate Court denied the request to throw out the case, which I think they will eventually. I think this case is done entirely, but granted a motion to kick off Willis, who is 53 years old and having an affair with Nathan Wade, and that beautiful music that comes through my head all the time, and told her she is no longer in charge. And I got to give it to the New York Post folks, because they come up with the best headlines ever in the United States. Out on her fanny. Can we say that again? Out on her fanny. Let's play. Yeah, that's it. Let's play that a little bit. Because this is a reason to celebrate. We need to celebrate, folks. We need to get out there. Get your Starbucks. Get whatever you get. Get your Dunkin'. I don't care. Celebrate.
Literally, that's what's playing in the background.
You know what?
Yeah, I did hear about it before.
Clip 4, so we can reminisce in the moments that we've had to deal with the Fulton County, Georgia controversy and Fannie Willis.
I probably had some choice words about some of the things that you said that were dishonest within this motion. So I don't know that it was a conversation. As you know, Mr. Wade is a Southern gentleman.
I posted it in the Telegram. Steer gobbler.
Not so much that you're hostile as well as that adverse means your interests are opposed to inscriptions.
Contrary to democracy, not to mine. He tells me how much it is, and I give him the money back. I don't, just like you're asking me about the money with Robin. I don't give my friends like that. So if you tell me it's a G, then you're gonna get $1,000. Oh, 2 different wine.
I never get cheese.
That you do, which are pretty expensive. I think I bought him. He likes wine. I don't really like wine, to be honest with you. I like regulars.
What is she talking about? I told you martinis
while we were there. So they would pair
beer martini.
It's Skyr is like basically like Icelandic cottage cheese. It's a little bit creamier though.
I'm married. I don't even have champagne, pears, and caviar, or whatever she's Grey Goose vodkas.
This is the truth, Judge. And it is a lie. It is a lie. I don't need anybody to foot my bills. The only man who's ever foot my bills completely is my daddy.
Ooh, the only man is her daddy. Please, please. Well, she was playing mommy. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's free, man.
Definitely, that's for sure. So I'm glad
it's
we
secure.
got to cover that. I'm glad we all got to celebrate, but we've got a lot going on the show today. We're going to have Congressman Chip Roy coming up to discuss this insanity in Washington, D.C.
Do they?
With the continuing
I'd like to try it.
resolution. We've got Devin Nunes here. He is not only, for me, one of the heroes breaking apart the Russia hoax and making it possible so that President Trump could actually be President Trump again. He'll be here to talk about everything and everything under the sun, intelligence, and he's been nominated to the President's Intelligence Advisory Board.
I got a nice statue of him.
Tom Homan. Yes, the great Tom Homan, the borders are. He is going to clean up America. Do you not feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders? Linda, did you not wake up on after the election and just say, oh my gosh, we have a lot of fighting to do, but you know what? I feel like I'm floating now. I feel like a great weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
I think for you to say that I woke up implied that I ever went to sleep on election night. Because I'll tell you what, like many of us, we did not go to sleep. I mean, I know you and I were texting all night long.
That's true. I didn't sleep.
Because we just thought, oh God, are we going to see a repeat of when we go to sleep and Trump is the winner and we wake up and we've been taken over by some sort of, weird...
Yeah, it's kind of like a yogurt. Cottage. It's not as sweet though, I don't think.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. Every day I feel like I'm kind of walking on a cloud, And
of course, there's like different things made in different places.
We need to buckle down.
Be made a little bit different.
Fight even harder. We can't get lazy. We can't sit back and say someone else is going to do it for us. Elon Musk, he can do what Elon Musk can do, but we have to be willing to put...
Come on, Blue Line.
President Trump can do what President Trump can do, but he can't do it without...
The bootlicker, let's go.
You are the most important people in this nation, not the ones in Washington, D.C. It's every single one of you. It's the soldiers that I saw getting on United Airlines this morning with me. Young soldiers that deserve better. That deserve better than these lawmakers trying to shove this omnibus down our throats and lie to us. And we need to be the ones to stand up and fight back. And they lie to us all the time, folks. The whole Jersey drone thing, kind of interesting, huh? Nobody wants to talk about that, but we are going to talk about it here on the Sean Hannity Show. Yes,
what's funny about Skyr though is that
to talk about these issues, we're not afraid to stand up and say, "Hey, what's going on?" That's why we have Luis Elizondo.
Modern Skyr comes with same shit in it. It comes with blueberries or mangoes or peaches.
This is so amazing to me. By the way, I don't know if you guys heard me the last time I was on the Sean Hannity Show.
I don't know.
So I was here, and literally before the show, I was almost throwing up in the bathroom because I was so nervous. This is Sean Hannity. This is the greatest radio show in all of America. Like, he's my friend, but I honor him. Like, I look at him and I'm like, wow, Sean Hannity, Rush Limbaugh. I can't believe I'm going to be on the show. I take this stuff seriously. That's why I got papers. Well, anyways.
That would be good with honey in it.
My truck was
some
stolen.
natural sweetener.
By the cartels in Nuevo Laredo. And how do I know my truck was stolen in the beautiful state of Texas?
It ain't got no...
By the cartels in Nuevo Laredo, most likely Los Zetas.
HFCS.
I had a tile in the truck, and I could track it in the morning as it disappeared.
When I go over this big bridge, I may lose
they drove 3.5
connection
to 4
for a
hours,
second.
made it across the border. And now I find this incredible story. Google Street View catches murder suspect loading body into car. So I'm thinking, why couldn't Google have found my truck? Maybe they did. Maybe my truck's in Nuevo Laredo somewhere. Maybe there's, some cartel members loading. God help me. Please, no bodies in my truck. No bodies in the truck. But maybe they're doing that, and they can see it. Right, but right here in Spain, it's crazy love triangle stories. Some Cuban guy was you know, having an affair with a woman. The guy that she was married to, his name was Wolf, and he apparently killed the guy.
Whoa, look, this car is spun around.
In the back of the car, and voila, Google caught it all on tape. The guy is captured. He is done for. So, people, if you're planning on committing crimes, there are eyes watching everywhere. Do not do it. Do not do it. Cameras all over the place. By the way, Linda, remember when we were in Singapore? Listen to this. You can't chew gum in Singapore. I'm going to admit to a crime now, should I?
Right on the truck.
I accidentally chewed gum. I forgot I like gum. And I had it in my mouth, and I was chewing it. It was late at night. I turn around, I look up. There is a camera in Singapore on the streets pointing right at me, and a cop to my left. And I was like, what is going to happen to me here in Singapore, right?
But see, the thing is, they do that, not because you're chewing gum, but because people were rude and they were spitting it out on the streets, and they saw the way that America is.
Exactly.
They were like, let's not do that.
Well, and they didn't want it in their toilets. Apparently, there was a big problem with a lot of gum in the toilets.
I heard about that.
Yeah, I read the story. I read this weird stuff. Breaking news all over the place here on the Sean Hannity Show.
What's going on with the toilet?
I don't know. I don't know.
You didn't want some chewing gum.
He said
leave that right there.
He didn't want it getting stuck in the toilets. Apparently, leadership in Singapore is very serious about cleanliness, and they didn't want to deal with pipes being clogged. I'm guessing there was a gum chewing addiction happening in Singapore. Hey, folks, wait, before we move on, before we even get to Chip Roy, I know we're having fun here, but we've got to cover this. Luigi Mangione, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correct, but the suspect in the killing of the United Healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson, God rest his soul, is expected to appear in federal court Thursday afternoon. This guy faces 4 federal counts in connection with Thompson's death. I mean, that was just insane that we all saw that. Again, video cameras everywhere, watching everything, right? But we don't have a lot of answers. There's a big mystery surrounding the murder, surrounding the family. Why did this happen? I mean, we really need some clarity here. Mangione's family, they formally waived extradition this morning, and he was flown from Pennsylvania to New York. They hired an attorney.
That's dead in the water. Come Yang.
Surrounded by dozens.
It's actually called the Veterans Skyway.
And the city's mayor. On Tuesday,
Veterans Memorial Skyway Bridge.
Mangione for murder as an
My dad had a good friend that died when they were building that bridge.
11 counts in New York, according to the indictment. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg said the killing was intended to evoke terror, and he called it frightening. Yeah, tell me about it. That is frightening. But listen to this. His defense attorney is Mark.
Yeah, fuck that. That bill's dead in the water.
Like my good friend Linda said, when you're done with it.
Once again, they tried to get him to vote on it before they could even read it. All 1,500 fucking pages. They also tried to put in there that a ban on anyone being able to FOIA Congress people's official emails. They also tried to add in there funding for 5 new biolabs.
And that's what I'm going to talk to Tom Homan about. Anybody who harms a child deserves the full penalty of the law. The full penalty that the law can give them. P. Diddy is a jerk. He's worse than that. And he deserves to go to prison. And I don't even care if I said Mark Agnifillo's name right or wrong. But that's part of the news. Hey everyone, when we get back, we're going to talk a little bit more about this CR.
Yeah, they give us our freedoms.
Make sure you are subscribed to the Sarah Carter Show on your favorite podcast app. We really appreciate it. And make sure you visit my shows on X, Rumor, Scandal, or Truth, where we unpack the crazy stories happening every day. And then Sundays with Sarah at 7 p.m. Eastern on X. Follow me on Truth at Sarah Carter Official, on X at Sarah Carter DC.
Here.
Thanks so much, Elon Musk. And on Instagram at S Carter DC, and we'll be right back after this.
They want to open new ones.
$1 million. So whether it's funding for inventory
So I think Biden's next group of pardons is going to include Fauci, Liz Cheney, Chuck Schumer. And if you can himself.
So apply for the business funding you need today at lenseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.
Oh, it's happening. We're just waiting.
New Trump fragrances are here. They make a great Christmas present. I've named them Fight, Fight, Fight because they represent winning. This fragrance is all about strength and success and confidence for men and for women. Get yourself a bottle and don't forget to grab one for your loved ones too. They'll thank you and they'll even smell good. Enjoy, have fun, and keep on winning.
That's right. President Trump's official new.
Well, I believe in masks too. I don't believe they work for
just in time for Christmas.
COVID though.
Edition fragrances from men and
Oh shit! I just fuck up.
It's selling fast. Go to GetTrumpFragrances.com to get yours before they're gone. They make the perfect holiday gift. Go to
Well, if the channel gets shut down, you guys know.
Today. It's an easy URL to remember. GetTrumpFragrances.com. See GetTrumpFragrances.com for details.
With your getaways.
Hurry, get your official Trump perfume and cologne. Go to GetTrumpFragrances.com. GetTrumpFragrances.com. Did you know that your largest investment asset right now?
So I got a warning on my main channel for last Friday's stream. I rewatched the whole fucking thing just to see, and I couldn't figure out what it was. So of course they denied my appeal. It's an AI warning. It's not a strike. It's just a warning.
So you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of the home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total.
Yeah, I couldn't even figure it out. I watched it.
You need to understand the current market value.
Did an appeal. They said nope.
And then get real value from your life insurance.
Appeal denied. But if you'll answer these 7 questions, take this training, retraining, because you got to learn how to speak without having.
Now there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today. Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old 5,000.
Yeah, basically that's what it is. Re-education. It's only like 7 questions. And the thing is, it's funny. You'll look at the answers. You'll go, okay, this is what I think the answer should be, but this is the answer they want. So let me answer this. This is what they want. And I didn't know that, and I was holding off doing it. But my timer, my 90-day timer for my warning doesn't start until I finish the training. So I just did it yesterday. Whoa.
It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Just go to free.
Yeah, I've been through those too. When you come back from a war zone, you always have to lie to them. Or they're gonna fucking take you, put you in the hospital, and the PTSD screenings. Or if you're honest, you're gonna get locked up. No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm used to it. Fuck. Castle Metals. Cardinal Dedicated Delivery Logistics.
Welcome back to the Shine
America.
This is Sarah Carter.
Fuck yeah.
You didn't hear the opening of the show, the great monologue, where we went through the breaking news, which is never ending here in America, constantly breaking over and over and over. And I'm here to talk to you today a little bit about this continuing resolution. We should have Congressman Chip Roy on with us later to discuss that. But first I want to talk to you a little bit about how they think we're fools.
Hey, Duke City, what up, buddy?
Right? These are legislative bullies that don't
I just talked to my barber. He said he's probably going to order some stuff pretty soon.
Biden administration gave lavish gifts to foreign human rights abusers and used your taxpayer dollars to do it. Never asked you permission, and how they're spending your money and how they want to spend your taxpayer dollars. But first, I want to take a moment to think about the people that are suffering before the holidays, right before Christmas. Think about the people in North Carolina, in Tennessee, in Georgia, in Florida, all the people that have been suffering.
Well, he's going to do the pomade too, I think. But yeah, beard balm.
I can talk about it. I'm going to talk really fast because we got 5 seconds. But if you're in North Carolina, OperationHelo.org. Go to them, donate, help them out. They need you.
Hey, they need you. They need you. Hey, please make sure to subscribe to Sarah Carter Show on your favorite podcast app. We really appreciate it.
All right, I told him to let me know.
Follow me on Twitter.
Hey, if you ever worry about the safety of your home or your family, there's no better time to act. Right now, with Simply Safe Security.
He's got a pretty common name though, so it's Jose Cortez.
Burglarized my home is now spending 6 years in a New York prison.
Oh shit!
Right now,
Somebody just messaged me
50%
on this
off
phone.
any new Simply Safe security system just by going to simplysafe.com/Hannity. Now, Simply Safe has the technology to stop criminals from even entering your home in the first place with their exclusive Active Guard outdoor protection. Live agents keep watch outside your property 24/7. You get professional monitoring plans starting about $1 a day. So Simply Safe is extending that massive Black Friday deal just for you.
Cutting you off.
This week, you get up to 50% off.
I just want to go through the easy pass. I don't want to have to wait for the gate to lift. Oh, same guy.
Just go to simplysafe.com/Hannity. That's simplysafe.com/Hannity because there's
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000,
He's mostly helping a friend with this.
sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids, no matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4181. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is tax.
It's good stuff though.
Individuals fix their
Really good
IRS
stuff.
problems. We have 1,500
He was singing praises on it the whole time. I was like, well, let me know
You don't need to be afraid of the
how it's
IRS
been.
any longer. End their tax nightmare today. Visit us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4181.
Blast you again, asshole.
800-575-4181. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Need a last-minute gift? It's easy. Just get something from Untuckit. Every guy loves their wrinkles. Performance, soft flannels, polos, pants, cozy sweaters, and more. Need it now? Just head to one of our 80-plus stores worldwide or get them a digital gift card, which delivers instantly. Don't forget, we have styles for her too. Find the perfect last-minute gifts at your nearest store or Untuckit.com.
Guy going down the road with his hazard zone.
You can start a business to babysit your worst performing employees. That's exactly what it's done at my business, so you don't have to. Hi, I'm Colin Jones, founder and CEO of Bambi. I created Bambi so small business owners can take back control of their business. Need to file a poor performing employee who happens to now want 3 months off? Your Bambi HR manager will take care of that for you in your first week with us. You spend your time coaching your A players, we'll take care of the rest. I'm so confident that Bambi will help you focus on what you
You ready for the first round of the playoffs? Start tonight. Let me see. Let me pull up the teams. I haven't even looked at it.
With Noble Gold Investments, you can diversify your portfolio and protect your wealth from economic turmoil. Our team will guide you through the process, ensuring you make informed decisions that best suit your needs. Call Noble Gold Investments today at 1-888-625-4250. That's 1-888-625-4250. The future is uncertain. Take control now. Call 1-888-625-4250. This call may not be indicative of mutual results. Investment purchase by simply gold involves risks. Consult with a tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Americans love using their credit cards.
Yeah, I love it. It's good stuff.
But DC politicians want to change that with the Durbin Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate magistrates pick out your credit card is processed, allowing you to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate magistrates will make more money, and you will pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month.
Oh my God.
All term providers speak with Big Lou at 800-549-8543. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term providers help thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-549-8543. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-549-8543. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-549-8543. That's 800-549-8543. Breitbart News Daily, weekdays from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Eastern.
Little Freudian slip there, eh, Duke City?
Freedom's not the end of the story.
Oh, no worries. No, you can wait. I use it pretty sparingly. It does not take much at all either. Literally, I just get a little bit on my fingertip. So you can wait. This time of year sucks. For shipping things. That's why I haven't shipped Midwest his Peterbilt hat. Walked in there and they told me, I was like, what? They're like, yeah, rates are adjusted for the holidays. I'm like, fuck that.
I can tell you that because Nancy Mace, Congresswoman Nancy Mace, has a great photo on her X post of her sitting next to the continuing resolution, which is only 21 pages high.
Yeah, and actually he's been using the promotional thing I gave him, and he's still got about half of it there. I mean, he only uses it on guys with good beards that he likes. But then he refers them to the site. So he can order some for himself. Yeah, he's got his own little backyard share as well. He's got a little a man shed. It's all decorated and stuff. So rather than the place where he rents his chair, he's gonna probably stock that at his own chair.
We're gonna have a $2 trillion deficit next year. How about that? That's a joke. The joke's on you and me, not on them. They're pocketing money. That's why so many of them leave millionaires. They start out poor and they leave with a lot of money. That's because they got a lot of friends, lobbyists. They've got people all over the place that they're trying to help. They're buttering fingers. Let me read something because this is so funny, and then I'm going to get right to
nice hat too. It's well built for a baseball cap. Heavy duty. It's
which is amazing. The Krampus Christmas Krampus. And he goes through this, it violates House rule required at least 72 hours to read the legislation. So he didn't even give time for people to read it. Scott's automatic spending cuts required by law drives up the deficit by spending $100.
yeah, he's not going to. He's probably going to use it just to get people hooked on it. He's not going to do it to make money. He's a good enough barber, and he's got a good enough clientele. Yeah, you have to schedule an appointment with him. He can't. He hardly ever does walk-ins or has to do any walk-ins because people don't miss their appointment with him. Like literally, when I go there and get my hair cut, I make my next appointment because he's booked out usually a couple of weeks. I appreciate it.
Oh, I'm doing well. I miss you out there. I know you've been working really hard. I brag about my state of Texas now all the time. And by the way, I live in Congressman Chip Rory's district. It is phenomenal. Thank you for all you do. Let's talk about this.
Mitty's at home playing Santa.
This continuing resolution. I mean,
well,
there's a big
good Samaritan anyway.
Right now, and I think you've seen Rand Paul is now calling for Elon Musk to become the speaker. I mean, you've got.
I guess he bought a bunch of socks and underwear and T-shirts. He's gonna pass out.
And I did do that in Texas. I was down in Green not long ago, all decked out for Christmas. But great to be on the show.
I'll send you a 10, Eggsy. You want the beard stuff or do you want the hair stuff?
Leaves Speaker's office saying there is a deal on funding the government. Vote today. What are you hearing? Are you hearing anything about that?
Yes, and it's a bad deal, which is what happens in Washington. The bad deal is this. If they
you make any last minute changes, Jody?
About yesterday, it takes out a lot of things that were bad because the American people rose up and Elon, highlighted a lot of it. We highlighted a lot of it. I put it out there. It's going to water it down, but it still has the same core problem. If they
I'll send it to you, Duke.
Unpaid for,
if that's okay.
That will continue to pile onto the debt. Republicans have had $330 billion of deficit spending.
Yeah, you too, bud.
They were given the gavel back on November 5th. And the problem is...
Eggsy, it's okay if I send that to Duke? Your address?
2 years suspension of the debt ceiling. They're going to... You know what that's for? $4 trillion of additional debt. We shouldn't do that without forcing the appropriators and forcing the people in this town who spend your money recklessly to get to spending constraints. That was my problem. That's why I opposed it. We were working to reform it, but here we are.
Well, and this is, and I think for so many Americans, this is what is so infuriating. We can see the difference in the bill. I mean, I was telling everyone about what Congressman Nancy Mace posted on her X. The original bill is 27 pages of what they wanted for the continuing resolution. And then all of a sudden we see this 1,547 page, omnibus package, or as you call it, the cramnibus. I love that because, and it's return to sender. I don't want this gift. It's not a gift. It's going to put us not only more in debt, but it makes us responsible for things like we don't even have time to study it. We have 12 bio labs, money to Ukraine, money going everywhere. We don't even know where it's going. And I think these lawmakers, and I know they do, they think we're stupid. They're like, look, the American people aren't paying attention. They're asleep at the wheel. Let's push this through and let's force the hand of the other lawmakers. What are we going to do about that? Why don't they just sign off on that 27-page thing, wait till March, and let's figure it out?
Well, because that's the way this town works. And I just had a meeting with my colleagues. I'm really talking about private meetings, but it reflects the general tone that happens here, which is they don't want to touch discretionary spending. They talk about mandatory spending cuts, but when push comes to shove, when you say, well, we're not going to touch Medicare, not touch Social Security, then that makes it difficult to find the savings. You want to get a tax bill done? Great. I want to get a tax bill done. But I'm not going to sign off.
That just send us.
Adding more debt.
Should have been the whole thing. Here, let me.
They shrug it off. They don't care. And with all due respect, we had a bad bill yesterday negotiated by the leadership in this Republican Congress. A bad bill. It got exposed by Elon. It got exposed by Vivek. The president recognized that. We're correct to adjust it. But we are wrong to add a 2-year debt ceiling increase that will rack up $4 trillion of additional debt without forcing structural change to stop the deficit spending. We'll never do it. We'll keep deficit spending unless we check the appropriators and the uniparty creatures. I'm going to stand on that wall.
Let me see.
Whatever that means. I didn't come here for second place. I didn't come here to just do what is always done in this town. Today is more of the same. Today is kicking the can down the road and racking up more debt, and I disagree with it.
I absolutely disagree with it as well. Let me ask you this. Can we put to bed this lie that if we shut the government down, people won't have essential services? Can you just put that to bed? Because to me, that's a lie.
Yeah, of course it's a lie. We've survived shutdowns. We've been stronger after shutdowns. You're stronger after the 95 shutdown. You're stronger after shutdowns during Reagan.
It keeps wanting me to put. Smith and Jigba back in.
There are a bunch of members of the Republican Congress who run and cry in the corner and they hand wring and they go, oh my God, shut down. And then we're left with having to deal with what we're dealing with all the time, which is 11th hour legislating. Here we are again, right before Christmas, passing $110 billion unpaid for. I'm not supporting that. Some people are. Let's go look and see who's going to support this. All the way down. Who is going to back this?
I'm going to do it
right now, before Christmas. $4 trillion increase in debt, no cuts to spending, $110 billion of additional spending. I want their names to be out there. Let's see who votes for this. They can own that. I refuse to.
Well, absolutely. Well, who writes this bill, Congressman? I mean, this is crazy stuff because when we look at it, the pork in there it's utter insanity. So who puts this together?
Sticking with Brock Purdy, though, huh?
Well, it's generally leadership staff who sit in a room and they all try to negotiate this crap while members of Congress
Mayor Gibbs.
pat themselves on the back and say, look, this is all we can do. This is the best we can do.
It's going to be a good week. Nice.
Because, oh my God, we want to go up to Christmas.
See how these guys play.
We were sitting in a foxhole in Bastogne or George Washington when we had our guys and they were crossing the Delaware and having to save our country. At the end of the day, they weren't at home for Christmas. I think we're going to be here. We ought to do our job. That everybody's going to smell jet fumes, and the American people are going to be the ones left holding the bag of additional deficit spending. Should we take care of some people who are hurting? Can we do that in a responsible way? Sure. Deal with the hurricane response, but it shouldn't be just grab bag of an ATM to keep writing checks.
Well, because that money won't go to them anyways. We know that. A lot of times this money gets diverted. It ends up in the pockets of people that shouldn't be holding on to that money. It doesn't go to the victims directly. I was there in North Carolina. It was horrific. What I saw, how the people were treated was even worse. And we know Tennessee, Georgia, Florida is all suffering. Linda's going to be doing some volunteer work. It was American volunteers that did this. And you brought up a really good point. And it's Americans that make the difference when they volunteer, when they give up their time and they give up their money. But you brought up our troops and the sacrifices that our troops make. And when I got on the plane this morning, I was on my United flight. flight coming here, there were a lot of troops on that flight, a lot of soldiers that were on the flight with me, and I thought to myself, we need to do better. We need to do better.
They're going home for Christmas.
For our nation.
That's cool. Some of them will be able to do that.
There's no question about it.
Dude, don't
Look,
stop.
If you keep doing the same old thing, you're going to get the same result. Look, this is going to be a long, marathon as we go through this Congress and this administration to deliver for the American people. If everybody wants to start playing politics on day one, we're going to lose. The fact of the matter is, we have to do what we said we would do. You got to secure the border of the United States. You've got to make sure that you deliver with spending restraints so that we can contain inflation. You've got to get rid of the regulations so you get economic growth. And you've got to make sure that we actually deliver in holding in check the bureaucracy, firing bureaucrats. Those are the things that the American people sent us here to do.
And we got to hold our leadership accountable. Because, you're out there fighting the good fight. We've got other people out there fighting the good fight. I saw this post from Senator Mike Lee, which I thought was funny. He said, today we witnessed the demise of a tyrannical cartel known as the law firm of Schumer, McConnell, Johnson, and Jeffries. And may that firm and its despotic ways never return to power. I mean, people are getting angry. The American people are seeing through, these veil of lies. I always said that, Washington, D.C. is not just a swamp. They throw more mud into that swamp than anybody else. Why? Because they want to confuse us. Because they don't want us to do our job and actually know what they're doing. Give us the final word, Congressman. What's the best outcome for this?
I believe this has a probably reasonable chance of passage because I'm guessing that Democrats will side with the appropriate Republicans to pass this bill. I will vote no, appropriate loudly. I believe that this will then kick the can down the road on fiscal constraint and deal with tough votes and reconciliation next year. But the bottom line is, I think we're doing more of the same. I'll vote no.
Thank you so much, Congressman, for being on the show. This is Sarah Carter, folks. We're going to be right back momentarily. We're going to have Devin Nunes on the flip side.
All the breaking news. The analysis
Yeah. What's cool is if he throws it to Kittle, I'm good. He can throw it to Kittle all night if he wants to.
Life insurance. What's your excuse for putting it off?
The way it'll zero out.
Too much hassle? Think your work coverage is enough? There's a lot of excuses for putting off life insurance, but one big reason why you shouldn't. If the unexpected happens to you, what pay the kids' tuition?
That's why I've kept Goff on the bench most of the year. I didn't want to lose him. I let somebody else pick him up. I think last week was the first week I used him just for the hell of it. He threw 5 touchdowns. Although Josh Allen actually got more points, barely. One more point, though, I think.
Take 10 minutes today and discover the modern way to get the life insurance coverage you need. Evo's fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical expense.
Who are they playing this week? Who's Buffalo playing this week?
Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at startethos.com. That's startethos.com.
Hey everybody, this is Motorcycle Mike. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I'm not just a personal injury attorney who protects your right. I've been called upon many times to help those of you who may need my services, whether you've been injured in a construction accident, a slip and fall accident, victim of medical malpractice.
Do what? We got an arrow. They say Darth Vader on the back of that Jeep or Bronco.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
Way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter.
Well,
Against me. They were going to
wish you the best. Just made my final change.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier. And how'd it go? How does Patrick feel about it?
Dirty made it up into the consolation rounds.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-611-8890.
And if you haven't, I'm not sure where it is on the mobile app, but if you do it on your computer, you could pick 2 keepers for next year that nobody else can draft. You could put 2 keepers on your roster for next year. I'm not pissed if I lose either. It's been a good year, up and down. I had next year because he left like 5 injured reserve players on his lineup. But I think I scored more than I have all year against him. And I don't know who the other person is. He hasn't been doing much for me lately, though. I honestly hope they just annihilate Chicago, just for giggles, man. I mean, they've already locked in the playoffs, but I'd like them to get that #1 seed. It won't even matter against their last game against Minnesota if they beat Chicago and San Francisco next week. Because they already beat them once. They all have the better conference and division record. They win 2 out of their last 3 games. They lock up the #1 seed.
Subscribe to the Sarah Connor Show on your favorite podcast app. Folks, if you were listening to the last segment with Congressman Chip Roy and you are as infuriated as I am.
Yeah, I don't know what I am for total. I think I'm pretty close to you.
224-3121. That is 202-224-3121. And guess what? For those of you in Congress that aren't playing ball, you're going to get primary. And we're going to make sure.
Well, I mean, you scored more because you're ahead of me. But it wouldn't have mattered. Even if I'd have gone ahead of you, we'd have still been against each other in the first round. We'd have been second, third, no matter what. XFL? No. I don't even know most XFL teams. Ohio teams, except for the Toledo Walleye. Okay, I didn't know that. I know the Michigan Panthers. That's where we got our was from the Michigan Panthers, USFL, a long time ago. Michigan, all kinds of comics. Yang Ming. You think Ming Ling's in the Yang Ming box? It's a little halfy Connex. Could be. A lot of times they truck them into the different regions too, or train them into the different regions, and then they throw them on a truck from there.
Cities and forcing North Dakota officials to shut down a lengthy stretch of Interstate
Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis from the Georgia election interference case against Donald Trump and more than a dozen others. The court says this is a rare case in which there is no other remedy to restore public confidence in the integrity of the proceeding. However, the court did not dismiss the indictment. The prosecuting attorney's council of Georgia will have to find another prosecutor to take over the case and decide whether to continue to pursue it. I'm Mike Hempton.
Also at townhall.com, over 10,000 conservative activists are in Phoenix today attending AmericaFest 2024, a yearly gathering hosted
Devin
by
Larratt,
Radio Network talk host Charlie Larratt. Resolution proposed last evening. This is AmericaFest delegate Rachel from the state of Maine.
I think it's disgusting. I think that it's not in the best interest of the American people. I think that they're trying to push this 1,500-page bill full of pork to raise taxes on the American people and make our lives more miserable just to give themselves a $1,000 pay raise. I find it disgusting that Dan Crenshaw has the nerve, yes, Dan Crenshaw, I'm calling you out, the nerve to push this bill through Congress.
AmericaFest 2024 continues in Phoenix through the weekend.
Okay.
It was a mixed close. The Dow gained 15 points, but
Barrett will bite the bullet when it comes to everyday pain. Don't. Try Relief Factor, a drug-free pain supplement that helps your body fight pain naturally. Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. It's 100% drug-free. It's developed by Doug for Relief.
Is he?
Save on your first order. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
This Christmas, gather your loved ones as we at TDN celebrate the birth of Jesus. Enjoy powerful performances by For King and Country, Letty West, Danny Gokey, and Natalie Grant. Along with inspiring messages from Joel Osteen, Rick Warren, Max Lucado, and others. Merry Christmas to you guys. Tune in or stream meaningful programming anytime on the TDN Plus app. Visit TDN.org to learn more and make TDN part of your.
I think I aggravated my ribs last night hugging people
U.S. Senator Rand Paul says Elon Musk
at the party.
should become Speaker of the House.
The always fiscally minded Senator Paul notes in a post on X, the House Speaker may not be a member of Congress, and adds that, quote, nothing would just want to swap more than electing Elon Musk to serve as Speaker. Musk is under fire from many on the Hill for his role in seeking the proposed continuing resolution compromise achieved by House Speaker Mike Johnson and Democrats. I'll act to report.
A former Virginia sheriff convicted on federal bribery charges for deputizing individuals in exchange for cash.
Yeah, I'm a hugger.
The jury in Charlottesville, Virginia, convicted former Culpeper Sheriff Scott Jenkins on 16 counts of missing at Grand Canyon National Park. 66-year-old Martha Ann Overholzer, last seen at Mather Point on the Canyon South Rim on December 10th. She's a resident of Sault Ste. Marie. Breaking news at townhall.com.
The government's employee tax
Let's put a new tower in right there.
is going to expire. In this economy, who can afford to miss out on up to $21,000 per W-2 employee? Yes, up to $21,000 per employee. We get it. No one wants to deal with a salesperson. That's why we've automated the entire process online. You simply answer the online questions and submit your application. Go to 1-800-ERC.com. Again, 1-800-ERC.com. Find out if you qualify. You pay nothing up front. We get a small portion of what you collect after you've been paid. If you don't get paid, we don't get paid. This is not a loan. There is nothing to pay back. Even if you took PPP money, you may qualify. Whether you had one W-2 employee or 500, we can help. Not all companies qualify, but many companies do. Go to 1-800-ERC.com. Again, 1-800-ERC.com.
All right, guys, it's going to cut out when I get down in this little valley here. I'll fire it back up on the way home when I finally get done. Peace, everybody. Loves ya. See you in a bit. Hopefully it won't take too long.